have. No one can come into our home and take over. Let's look at number 5. Does someone want to read number 5 for me? Yes, I'm sorry, number 4. I can read it. Citizens have the right to protection from unreasonable searches and seizures by police. Seizures, are we talking about something that happens to you and you end up in the hospital? No, probably not. So let me ask you a question. If your little brother steals, say, $2 from your piggy bank, and you call the police and say, little Tommy stole my $2, and they come in and they raid Tommy's room, destroy it, and find no $2, that he doesn't find your money. Is that fair to Tommy?
Yes.
No. All you went off of, all the police would have gone off of is just your word. So would it be in our best interest that a police officer cannot just barge in our homes, raid our house, raid our property, and yes, they have to have a warrant. They cannot just walk into our house or search our property without having a reasonable, probable cause to do so. Good job. All right, number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Someone want to read it? Go ahead.
A person cannot be tried for the same crime twice. A person does not have to be a witness against himself.
Okay. Does anyone have any ideas of what that might be? What might that mean? If you're witnesses, then you would probably the problem too. Well, if you were being tried for a crime, you could also defend yourself and say why you do not believe you're guilty of that crime. But what that is saying is you do not have to do that if you don't wish to.
You can get a witness.
You can get other witnesses. You do not have to take the stand and defend yourself if you do not want to.
So, like, if you're going into court, you can get witnesses.
If you have witnesses of people who say she did not do it and I can prove it because of X, Y, and Z, then you can do that. You don't ever have to get up on stand if you don't want to. That's your right as a U.S. citizen. The other part of that says you cannot be tried for a crime twice. So let's say that Mrs. Fox says, you go to the office because I caught you stealing her scissors. You go down to the office and the principal says you have 2 days of in-school suspension because we do not steal. And then a couple days later, you come back into class and Miss Fox says, I think you need to go back down to the office again to make sure that that punishment was reasonable. Would that be fair to you?
No, because you already did it.
You already did it. You already went through it. Or the other case might be, you went down to the office and they said, you know what? We don't think you stole her scissors. No one saw it happen. Nobody was there. So we don't think you did it. You come back to class and Miss Fox says, no, she did steal her scissors. So you need to go back down there and you need to defend yourself again. You've already been cleared of the crime. Would it be fair to do it again?
No,
No.
you already
went through it.
already said that there's no witnesses or nothing.
Right. You've already gone through it. So, good job. Number 6. An accused person has the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury, the right to know the charges against him or her, and the right to be represented by a defense attorney. That's a lot. Basically, in a nutshell, what that is saying is you have the right to a speedy trial. Again,
Alrighty, thanks for
if
letting me know.
you were committed of, say, a murder, would you want to wait in jail for 5 or 6 years before you're tried if you were not guilty? Would you want to be sitting there? No, that's a total waste of your time and your life and your freedoms, right? So, our Bill of Rights state that they have to give us a speedy trial. If you are accused of something like that, they can't hold you for that long. Now, sometimes in a huge murder case or huge criminal case, it takes a long time for them to get all the evidence compiled and together. So sometimes it might be 6 months, a year before your case is heard in some situations. But it has to be in a reasonable amount of time. And you also have the right to a defense attorney. So you have the right, as a U.S. citizen, to get an attorney. Not all other countries have that right. Number 7. Someone want to read it? You the only reader today?
People have the right.
Hold on.
People have the right to a trial by jury in most cases.
Okay, very good. So, it says in most cases, not in all cases. Now in civil court, say someone rear-ended your car at the local traffic light and you have some damage and you want them to pay for it, you're probably not going to get a jury. You're going to get a judge who will rule on it, and that's the final decision. Now, would you want one person deciding your fate if you were on, say, death row for a huge criminal case?
Yeah.
You
No.
want one person deciding that?
No.
You would probably want a lot of people's opinions in order to make it fair and make sure that you have, an accurate case, right? You wouldn't want one judge being the sole responsible person of deciding your fate.
Because you have the rights.
Yes, so we
can't really do it.
right. So we have the right to a trial by jury, is what it's called. So we have a jury of people. In that case, say there's 12 people overlooking the case or listening to your case. You have 12 opinions versus one judge. So they're going to really make sure that all the evidence is in place. They have to come to an agreement on whether you're guilty or not guilty. And then if they come to the agreement that you're not guilty, can they ever take you back to court to try to prove that you're guilty? No. Why?
Because they already did it.
What right do we have that protects that? What right do we have? We just went over it.
People have the right in a trial by jury in most cases.
We do have that, but look at the one above that. There are 2 above that, where it says a person cannot be tried for the same case twice. So that would go in that situation. If they found you not guilty, if a jury finds you not guilty, they can't take you back to court for that exact same crime.
Yeah.
All right, the next one, number 8. Go ahead. Excessive.
Bail or cruel and unusual punishment cannot be imposed.
Okay. You're talking. Can you come here?
Yeah, that green thing. Here's one.
On the TV. Can you come stand in front of the board, please? Can you stand on your tippy toes and put your nose in that circle until we're done? How long do you think it'd be fair to make her stay there?
Forever.
No.
Does that look very comfortable?
No.
Is that probably a very good punishment for her just whispering to her neighbor?
No.
Do you think it's a little excessive?
Yeah.
Okay, you can be done. I won't make you torture
I'm
me.
here.
So, we cannot use excessive punishment for a crime.
You can take a recess.
If someone fender benders us in a little accident, we can't also charge them tens of thousands of dollars for committing that crime. That'd be excessive. So we cannot do a cruel or unusual punishment. Okay, last one. People may have rights that are not stated in the Bill of Rights. And number 10, the federal government possesses only the powers granted to it by the Constitution. Both of those kind of encompass the fact that these rights protect our rights and our freedoms, and the federal government cannot change that. So I have a paper for you guys that you guys are going to work on. You are going to name your own country,
Ooh.
and you are going to tell the 5 Bill of Rights that you wish your citizens to have in your country.